Bonjour tout le monde. Donc aujourd'hui à la classe, je vais vous apprendre les déterminants. Donc, qu'est-ce qu'un déterminant? Un déterminant, c'est un petit mot qui est placé devant le mot, OK, devant le nom, qui va toujours s'accorder en genre et en nombre. Donc, le déterminant is a word that will be placed in front of the noun and it will always be, of course, s'accorder based on the word that is in front of it. So, depending on the gender and the nom of the word, okay? So, un déterminant est un petit mot que l'on place toujours devant le nom. Il fait partie du groupe nominal et s'accorde en genre et en nombre avec lequel il est associé, ok? Donc, un exemple, c'est une histoire. Une histoire is a story. So, une histoire, one story, an histoire is féminin. That's why we have used the féminin of un, une, okay? So we have used une because it's féminin. So féminin singulier. And then les nuages. Les nuages, c'est masculin, masculin pluriel. Donc c'est pour ça nous avons choisi les. Les is plural, right? The plural version of masculin. Donc le déterminant c'est les et le nom c'est nuage, ok? Ensuite, ce, c'est le déterminant et chat, c'est le nom. Donc, un chat, c'est un nom masculin et c'est le déterminant masculin aussi. C'est pour ça que nous avons ce chat, OK? Masculin singulier avec le nom. D'accord? Donc, si vous n'avez pas le mot, si c'est un mot masculin ou si c'est un mot féminin, vous devez le chercher dans le dictionnaire. D'accord? Si vous cherchez dans le dictionnaire, vous allez trouver si c'est un mot masculin ou si c'est un mot féminin, si vous ne savez pas. Une fois que vous savez si c'est masculin ou féminin, vous allez choisir le bon déterminant, d'accord? Donc, un autre exemple, c'est la princesse. Obviously, princesse, c'est une fille, donc le déterminant va être là et non le, OK? Donc, la princesse, féminin, singulier. Ensuite, nous avons créatures. Les créatures, OK, ce sont, si tu ne sais pas si c'est créature non féminin ou masculin, tu cherches dans un dictionnaire. Et donc, les, c'est pour le pluriel, les créatures, féminin, pluriel, d'accord? Et un royaume, c'est a kingdom, donc a kingdom or one kingdom, so masculin, singulier, OK? Next, we have des chevaliers. Des chevaliers is the knights, okay? Now chevalier, as you know, majority back in the day of the knights were male, right? So that's why this noun is masculin. Donc, des chevaliers, OK? Masculin, pluriel. D'accord? Donc, je vais vous dire une autre chose. Si des fois, vous ne savez pas si un mot est féminin ou féminin ou masculin, ce que vous pouvez faire, c'est essayer le mot avec différents déterminants. Et si ça sonne bien, ça veut dire que c'est cela, OK? So what I was saying is that if sometimes you don't know if a word is feminine or masculine, what we do as a trick is that we're going to use different déterminants to see which one sounds better. Because if you practice French, you hear it a lot, then you're going to know if a word makes sense. You know, if you say mon nuage or ma nuage, mon livre ou ta livre, or okay, mon livre or ma livre. You know what sounds better, mon livre? For me, I know I'm French, so I know that mon livre sounds better than ma livre, right? Or une histoire or un histoire. You know, une histoire is much easier to say than un histoire. So that's why I know, you know, if it should be un ou une. That's a trick, by the way. And it works when, you know, you are familiar kind of with the French language. You've heard it, you know, you hear it often enough. So you can try that trick. Otherwise, obviously for beginners, I do not try that trick because you were not familiar enough. So take the dictionary or just type on YouTube, sorry, not YouTube, on Google, right? Just type whatever word and ask if it's féminin or masculin. And you're going to find, you know, a F next to it or an M next to it, okay? So, quels sont les différents types de déterminants, or which different types of determinants do we have? So we have 6 types of determinants, okay? The first one is les articles. The second one is les déterminants possessifs. The third one is les déterminants démonstratifs. The fourth one, déterminants indéfinis. Next, we have déterminants interrogatifs et exclamatifs. And last, we have déterminants numéraux. OK? So, on va commencer encore ici. Vous allez voir un exemple. On vous montre dans le tableau, c'est quoi les déterminants. OK? We don't have all of them here. Some of them are missing here, but this is just an example on this table to show you, okay? So, pour les déterminants du type article, so déterminant this category these are les déterminants, okay? Les articles. Ensuite, les déterminants démonstratifs, we have these. Pour les déterminants possessifs, we have these. Pour les numéraux, we have the numbers. Pour les indéfinis, it's indéfinis, which means not defined, we have these, and we have much more. These are just some examples. For interrogative, interrogation, right? Question, we have these. And exclamation is when you are, expressing something with a lot of surprise or with a lot of joy, right? Okay. So, les articles se divisent en trois groupes, okay? So, this group of déterminants, les articles, divides itself in three groups. First group is défini, second one is indéfini, and third one is partatif, okay? Donc, les déterminants définis, we have le, la, l'apostrophe, and les. C'est le masculin, la, c'est féminin. L'apostrophe, we use l'apostrophe when we have a word and we have a déterminant, okay? And the next word next to it starts with a vowel, okay? For example, okay, if I have après, okay? So I'm not going to have, for example, something like this or something like this. Because it's a vowel, I'm going to have l'apostrophe, all right? So just keep that in mind. When do we use l'apostrophe? We use it when we have a vowel that the word starts with a vowel. We don't put another vowel, okay? Like this, we don't do that. We are going to put l'apostrophe. Okay, that's when you use it. So, le is the masculine version, la is the feminine, L is for when you have a vowel, and les is the plural version, either feminine or masculine, doesn't matter, okay? Donc, les articles définis accompagnent un nom facilement repérable que l'on détermine aisément. So they're saying that the déterminant défini, we use it when we are talking about something that we can see and we can refer to easily, okay? For example, le dessin est joli. So if you're saying le dessin est joli, you're saying that the drawing is pretty. So if you're saying the drawing is pretty, you're probably talking to a specific drawing, and you're talking to a person, you know that, and it's clear and it's obvious which drawing you're talking about, right? So you're saying le dessin est joli, you're probably talking to someone who's saying, oh, this is a beautiful drawing, okay? So that's when you use these déterminants. Ensuite, la maison est grande. The house is big. So la maison is féminin. So that's why we're using the déterminant la. And we have here adjective de, grande. We have added the e to this because this is the feminine version of grande, okay? The masculine version is like that, the feminine version is like that. And we are having the feminine version of the adjective because the noun is feminine, right? If this is feminine, then we're going to have the adjective to be feminine as well, okay? So next one, c'est l'été, il fait chaud. It's summer, it's hot, okay? Donc l'été, as I told you, this is a vowel, so that's why we're using l'apostrophe, okay? Il fait chaud. It is summer, it's hot. Then, les dauphins sont les animaux que je préfère. Les dauphins sont les animaux que je préfère. Dolphins are the animals that I prefer. Okay? Donc, les dauphins. Donc, it doesn't matter if dauphin est masculin ou féminin. It's plural. We are going to use this one, right? Dauphin has a S. It means this is plural. Okay? Animaux, A-U-X, means that this is plural as well. Doesn't matter if it's féminin or masculin. We're going to use the plural form. Okay? Because for le, we have only one form, either if it's doesn't matter féminin or masculin. D'accord? So next one, we are going to move on to les articles indéfinis. OK? Sur les articles indéfinis, nous avons un, une ou des. Accompagne un nom sans plus de précision, c'est-à-dire que nous ne savons pas plus. So when you use this determinant, it accompanies a name without too much precision. Okay, we do not know if we're talking about a specific object, a specific person, or a specific animal. Okay, so example, apporte-moi un crayon. It means bring me a pen. So you're not saying bring me that pen or this pen or a 10 on the table, or you're not being specific. You're just saying bring me a pen, right? The next one is j'ai vu une jolie fleur dans le jardin. You're saying I saw a beautiful flower in the garden. So you're not being specific about which flower, which color, where is it, on which side, behind the house, or where. You're saying you said that you saw a beautiful flower in the garden. Okay. The next one is il y a des voitures dans la rue. That means there are cars on the street. Okay. So il y a des voitures dans la rue. Donc voiture, however, it's a mot féminin. The only option we have is des. So we're going to use the plural version, because voiture, we see that there are multiple cars with the S, right? So il y a des voitures dans la rue. D'accord? So that's how you choose masculin, féminin, or pluriel. Okay? Then the next one, les articles partatifs désignent un élément qui ne peut être compté. So when you use this one, it's because you're referring to something that cannot be counted. Okay? So an example is, elle a du travail à faire means she has work to do. Elle a du travail à faire, she has work to do. So we don't know how much work she has to do. It just says she has work to do. So that's why we're saying du. Okay? Because I told you, we do not use any nouns in French without a determinant. Nouns are always coming with a determinant, okay? Il mange un gâteau au chocolat. He eats a chocolate cake. So he eats a cake. Which cake? A cake with chocolate. And au chocolat is with chocolate, or part of it. It's a chocolate cake. Okay. The next one is il y a des étoiles dans le ciel means there are stars in the sky. Okay. So because étoile, you see it's plural, it has a S, you have to use the determinant des. Okay. We do not know how many there are, but we're saying there are. Okay. Stars. Okay. So next one, les articles définis. Donc, this is a summary. Les articles définis, nous avons le, la, les, and this, we use this determinant when you are talking about something specific, okay? For example, the king, the dean, the animals, or the adventurer. So we're talking about something or someone specific, okay? And article indéfini, un, une, ou des. You use this when you're talking about things in general, but not a specific thing, okay? For example, you're saying a chef, or a team, or the dinosaurs, right? You're not being too specific which dinosaur, which team, or which chef, okay? And les articles partatifs is the ones where you are using this when you cannot count things, and when you're talking about things when things are part of something, okay? So, les déterminants sont des noms inquantifiables. Ça veut dire, that means that we cannot count them, okay? So as you can see, this example here that du courage means courage. So we don't know, il a du courage, he has courage, but we don't know how much courage they have, right? And then au contrée, okay, like in that place or at that area, okay? The next one is les déterminants possessifs, okay? Les déterminants possessifs, so we have mon, okay, the possessive, again, it designates the relationship of belonging between the word and the thing, okay? The thing that we're referring to and the person. So when le déterminant possessif is when you're talking about my, when you say mine, yours, theirs, his, hers, okay? That's when you use this. So for mine, it's mon is masculin, ma is féminin, mes is the plural version of it, okay? Ensuite, ton is yours, okay? Ton, ta, or your. Ton, ta, tes. Ensuite, son, c'est son, sa, ses. Okay. Son is his, hers, or his in plural form. And then we have yours, okay, in here. So I'm going to erase these because I already wrote these ones, okay, here. Donc, ton, ta, tes, we already have this in here, yours, okay. And son, sa, ses, as you can see it here. And notre, okay, nos, okay. Donc, notre, no, okay, like notre chien. That, so when you, notre is our dog. You have one of that thing, but it is yours and your brother's. No chien, it means you have two dogs or more dogs and it is ours. And you're referring to yourself and your brother, for example, and you're referring to your two dogs that you have. Okay, so this is when you have one thing, but it belongs to you and someone else. And this is when you have money of those things and it belongs to you and a lot of other people. Okay, the same thing for here. If you say votre voiture, you're saying your car, right? Your family has one car, right? Votre voiture. So you have one car, but it belongs to the whole family. But if you say vos, okay, here the word vos, okay, VOS, you have many cars and it belongs to many people in your family. Okay, so you have two cars that belongs to the family. So that's when you use vos. Okay, and leur is their, okay, their, and their house, you can see their house. You don't need to saying that, oh, their house burned, you're saying their. But if, let's say, they had many houses and the whole area burned, you're going to say de leur maison. Then you're going to add the S, which means it's their house, but they had many houses, right? So that's the difference between these. Okay, so no is ours, but we have many of it, and notre is it's ours, but we have one. All right. Donc, si sa trousse is it's her package, okay, or her bag, her, okay. So you can see ça, and trousse is féminin. And donc, ce sont tes lunettes. Lunettes, by the way, is always pluriel, okay? It cannot be one lunette. Lunette is glasses, by the way. So it's a word that's always pluriel, okay? So, but again, because it's always pluriel, we are still going to use a déterminant that's pluriel, okay? Ce sont tes lunettes, these are your glasses, okay? Vos cheveux sont blonds, your hair is blonde, okay? Vos cheveux, because you have more than one hair, so that's why you're saying vos, more than one, okay? And you're referring to more than one person, that's why you're saying vos, okay? If it was one person, you're referring to one person, you're saying votre cheveux, okay? Even you have multiple hair, but on your head, but you're saying, referring to one person, you're going to use votre. But you're talking about probably a group of friends or family members, and they're all blonde, you're saying your hair are blonde, okay? Okay, so the next one, we have le déterminant possessif. Le déterminant possessif marque la possession. So again, as I was mentioning, it is, you know, again, the same thing. It talks about when this belongs to someone, okay? Donc, mon, ma, mes, ton, ta, tes, son, sa, ses, okay? Notre, nos, votre, vos, leur, leur. All right. For example, mon trésor, my treasure. So if you have used mon, it's because it means the word trésor is a masculine. If you have used ton bandage, okay, it means that this word is masculine, okay? Pardon, le mot c'est badge, okay? Donc, son diplôme, diplôme est un mot masculin, okay? So that's why we have used son, okay? Ma carte, carte is féminin, so you're going to use ma carte. So even if you are a boy and you're talking about your cart, it's still going to be my cart, okay? And cart is always féminin, so you're still going to use ma carte, okay? So depending on the gender of the word, you're going to use the right determinant and not depending on who you are, if you're a boy or a girl, okay? And déterminant possessif, all right? Okay. Donc, les déterminants démonstratifs is when you demonstrate something, when you're showing something, when you're making gestures to show something, okay? So, for example, if you see, ce papier est fin, this paper is thin. So, if you're saying this, it means you're showing a paper to someone actually, right? So, it's specific, right? And then, cet homme est grand, this man is tall. That's what you're saying, okay? Cet homme est grand, so you're probably gesturing and showing and fingering towards, pointing, sorry, towards the man, right? You are saying, oh, this man is tall. So one thing here, we have two versions, okay, of this déterminant. We have ce or set. So when do you use ce or when do you use set? These are both masculine, okay? This one is féminin and this one is plural, okay? So when you use ce or when you use set, you use set, okay, when you have a word that starts with a vowel, okay? When you're referring with a vowel, then you're going to use this one. If it starts with a consonant, then you're going to use this one. So an example is cet oiseau. Cet oiseau is this bird. So what O is a vowel, so we're going to use cet oiseau, okay? Cette camionnette est rouge, okay? Ou ses pattes sont bonnes. So in here you would be like, why are we using the feminine version of set? Because we do not have a feminine version for this, for ce, right? Even if camionnette is not a vowel, you still don't have a version. You only have this version. So you're going to use whatever is available to you, right? So cette camionnette est rouge, this truck is red, okay? The next thing is ces pâtes sont bonnes. It means this pasta is good. So you're referring to a specific pasta. You're saying these pasta are good, okay? So pasta, pot is, we do in French, pot is a word that is always plural. We cannot refer to only one pot, okay? The pot, like in French, you can just say, you know, this pasta, okay? And even if it was, I don't think you can say these pastas, or maybe you can, I'm not sure. But ces pâtes will always be plural. That's why you're using the plural form of the déterminant, okay? So as you can see, pâte in here, how do you know if this word is féminin or masculine? Because look at your adjective. Adjective is bon. Bon means that's féminin. If the adjective is féminin, it means the word is féminin. Okay. So you have, okay, bon is the masculine version. Bon is the feminine version with the S is the plural feminine. Okay. That's what it is. So let's go next. Le déterminant démonstratif peut être de forme composée. So they're saying that the déterminant with ce or si, you can, you know, you can add these things to it. Okay, you can add ceci and cela. Okay, so example is ce papier-ci, this paper. You are talking about the proximity, right? Ces pâtes-là, you're talking about l'éloignement. You're talking about the distance. You know how far those pasta are from you. Okay, so you're saying this paper here, those pastas there, okay, or those paper there. So you are here is these here and those there. Okay, that's the difference. Okay, so the next one we have les déterminants démonstratifs again. You know, so les déterminants, ils déterminent un nom déjà cité ou montré d'un geste. So this déterminant is referring to something that we are, you know, gesturing towards, we are showing, we're pointing. Okay, donc you have said, or say. Okay, so an example is semage is this mage. Okay, cet inventeur, because this is a vowel, we are going to use cet and not ce. Okay, inventeur is the creator or the person that invents it, and cette quête is this mission. Okay, this mission. So because we're using set, because we only have, again, the feminine version is written like this, so we're going to use it like this, and Kate is feminine, okay? And ces personnages is these characters. So because it's plural, as you can see, personnage, we have used the plural form, okay? And then we have les déterminants démonstratifs peuvent être composés en ajoutant ceci ou là ou non. So they're saying these determinants you can use ceci or là to the determinant, okay? Ces fleurs là, these flowers here, cette fois-ci, this time, okay? Okay, the next one we have here is les déterminants indéfinis. Okay, les déterminants indéfinis is not defined, include divers mots différents. So they're saying that les déterminants indéfinis includes a lot of different words. Okay, so in English you do not have this as a determinant or a specific category, but in French they say these could be considered as a déterminant. So these are all words, okay? So all these words, they indicate something specific, you know, there's a precision, and or it is referring to some quantity or the quality of something, okay? So for example, you have two. Two means all, okay? It means all. Sorry, all, okay? Aucun means none, okay? So what does this tell us? You're talking about parts, right? Or the quantity, all of it or none of it, right? And chaque means each, that's also part, right? Part of something, right? Main is the main, nul is none, okay? Plusieurs is many, tel is such as, quelques is a few, divers is diverse, different is différent, certain is a few, right? So these are all words that are used, again, that they say they are either very specific about the quantity, the quality of something, or you're part of something, okay? That's what it means. So when you are referring to each of them, or all of it, or none of it, or many of them, or a few, or certain, then all of those are considered déterminants in French, okay? So an example is, elle a mangé certains bonbons. She ate a few candies. Okay, bonbons. Elle a mangé certains bonbons. Donc, as certain, we have plural form because bonbon has a S. Okay. Il descend quelques marches. He is walking down a few steps. Okay, or going down a few steps. So quelques and marche, because you cannot, if you're saying steps, there's more than one, right? So a few is going to be plural, okay? Aucune personne ne viendra ici. Nobody will come here. So nobody, we're going to use aucune and not aucun. You see, this is the masculine version. This is the feminine version. Why did we use the feminine version? Because personne is féminin. Okay, that's why we use the déterminant féminin with it. All right. So next one, we are going to continue. Il marque la quantité, donc les déterminants indéfinis marquent la quantité ou la partition. So the déterminants, like non-defined ones, they indicate about the quantity or the parts of things. Okay, for example, quelques is a few, certain is certain. Not I'm sure, certain, I'm certain, but as in certain, like some of it, right? And then main is the main, okay? Plusieurs is money, divers is, you know, diverse, okay? Aucun, again, is none. Nul is like no, none, either, same thing. Même is the same, autre is other, and chaque is each, and tout is all, okay? So as you can see here, we are again, these are not things that you consider a specific group or category in English, but in French, they are considering that these are déterminants. And which type of déterminant? They are déterminants infinitifs. But again, it depends on what you want to say. So if you're saying a few things, or, you know, if you're talking about certain things, or if you're talking about many things, or the same things, or nothing, you know, it's just random words actually in English, but considered déterminant in French, okay? So that is it for déterminants indéfinis. Again, you don't need to be so specific about remembering the names, right? I'm just teaching you this so you can know which déterminant, what déterminants are, okay? And to know, what are déterminants, okay? And when you use them. So that's why I'm giving you this information. Unless you're going to be studying French, as your studies, in high school or university, then you don't need to specifically know the type of déterminant, all of that stuff, right? You just learn this by learning the language. But the most important one is les articles, okay? Les articles is the ones that I showed here. Let me show it to you again. The first ones that we talked about, les articles, le, la, un, une, des, du, okay? Those are the most important ones that you should know because they are the ones that are used the most. Okay, and these are only when you're talking about something, you're showing something, or this is when you are talking and it belongs to you. These are just the numbers, and these are like, if you're talking about 1, 2, or 3, or whatever part of it or some of it. Okay, so we're going to continue. Okay, so les déterminants interrogatifs et exclamatifs. Okay, so les déterminants interrogatifs et exclamatifs. So we have only these. Okay, so you have quel, okay, which. So this means which, okay, in French. So quel, this is the masculin, féminin, masculin pluriel, féminin pluriel, right? So les déterminants interrogatifs et exclamatifs s'utilisent par définition pour exprimer une interrogation ou une exclamation. So you use this if you have a question or if you are expressing something when you use an expression, right? Exclamation. So for example, quel jeu préfères-tu? So you're asking a question. So you're asking which games do you like, right? The jeu, games. So jeu is masculin, pluriel. So you're going to use the masculin pluriel. And quel bel matin, what a beautiful morning, right? Exclamation. You're just expressing this. What a beautiful morning. Because you're not asking a question, you're just expressing it, right? And it's a statement that you're making. So, quel bel matin, matinée. Okay, matinée is morning. As you can see, accent aigu avec e. So it means that this word is féminin. So that's why we have used belle. Okay, the masculine version of belle is beau. Okay, guys, so belle is féminin. Quelle belle matinée, what a beautiful morning. And we have used the feminine version of it. And we have used the singular version of it because we're talking about one morning, not about multiple mornings. Okay, that's how you do it. Okay, and the next one is les déterminants interrogatifs et exclamatifs. Okay, les déterminants interrogatifs désignent une question. So when you're asking a question, that's when you use déterminant interrogatif, which is quel. Okay, les déterminants exclamatifs expressent une émotion marquée. Okay, les déterminants exclamatifs, they express an emotion. Okay, like emotional, strong emotion. So for example, you can see here, quel captain, what a captain. So if you're surprised, right? Quel captain. Quelle mission, well, like what a mission, okay? Quel héros, like what heroes, like wow, okay? And that's what it means. So the way you do it's exclamation, and you can use this when you're like, wow, and you're so impressed, or surprised, okay? And the interrogative is when you have a question. So quel destinataire, which destination or the person that's receiving. And quel magicien, which magician, okay? Quel secret, which secret. All right, so it depends on what you're trying to say. You ask a question or you're stating something, okay? And the last one we have here is the déterminant avec les numéros, okay? Donc, pour les déterminants numéros, I know these are just numbers, but in French, they're considering the numbers, some of these, like the numbers when you use it with a word as a déterminant, okay? So they don't change except for some, obviously these are numbers, they don't change, right? It doesn't matter like if it's féminin or masculin, it only changes with if it's plural or not, okay? For example, but we have exceptions, right? So Again, ils sont invariables. It means they don't vary, they don't change. For exception for un or une, depending if you're talking about one car, and if car is féminin, you're going to say une. And if you're talking about un arbre is a tree, and if it's masculine, then you're going to use un. So the exceptions for them is 1, 80. Okay, 80 is 80, and you add a s because you have more than 20, right? 80. And then we have 100, okay? Donc 200, okay, 300, 400, 500. If you're talking specifically about 500, 400, 100, whatever, you know, a specific number, like, you know, it's hundreds, then you're going to put an S. But if you're saying 204, 204, then you're not. Okay, if it's an exact number that is 100, 200, 300, you know, 800, 900, you're going to put an S. But if you're talking about $432, you're not going to add an S. Okay. Donc, these are the exceptions, okay, where the numbers change, but the rest of the time they don't change. So, il y a 3 écureuils dans l'arbre. There is 3 squirrels in the tree, okay, in the tree. As I was telling you, arbre, you see, we have used l'apostrophe because arbre is a vowel, A is a vowel, so we're not going to use le or la, right? We're going to say arbre. But if this was, we're talking about more than one tree, what we are going to write will be les. Yeah, right? So because les, this is a consonant, this is a vowel, you can use it. But like this, we're talking about 1 tree, it's going to be l'apostrophe, okay? So, il y a 3 écureuils, as you can see, S, 3, so you have to make it plural, dans l'arbre. Elle a marché 5 heures, she walked 5 hours, okay, she walked 5 hours, 5 heures, okay, 5 is not changing. I told you exceptions were 1, 20, and 100, and million, okay? Elle a marché 5 heures, she walked 5 hours, okay? Le château a été construit il y a 900 ans. The castle was built 900 years. Okay, it has been 900 years. So 900 is a specific number, right? Like it's not 902, 930, it's just 900. So you can add an S. Okay, but if you're saying it was done in 930 years ago, you're going to say 900, okay? 30 années. You're not going to add S. All right? So here, 900, d'accord? So the last page here, les déterminants numéraux cardinaux. Again, we are talking about they don't change, ils sont invariables, sauf pour 20 et 100, okay? Indique une quantité précise, and when you're talking, so les variables, they don't change and they indicate a specific quantity, okay? So this is our lecture for today for déterminants. I just want you guys to keep in mind that déterminants are really important in French. We do not use words without a déterminant. We always have to use a word with a déterminant, okay? And it depends which déterminant, it depends on if the word is féminin or masculin, or féminin pluriel or masculin pluriel, okay? The gender and the nombre does matter on which déterminant you use. But again, as I was saying, the most common ones are these ones that we use, okay? La, le, la, les, un, une, des, du, de, okay? These ones are when you talk about specific things. This one are the common ones, general ones that we use. So just understand that this is masculin, féminin, pluriel, masculin, féminin, pluriel. And this is when you're talking about the part of something. Du is, you know, part of and part of, okay? So, yes. So this is all for today. Again, I will see you guys next week online using the link that you used every week to join the program, okay? I will see you in class. And tomorrow for the class. Kimia on Wednesday will be there she will be there to teach, okay, because I am away. But Kimia will be in class, so please do come to class tomorrow at Richmond Health Welcome Center. And yeah, I will see you guys next week on Tuesday online. Use the same link, okay? And I will be away, so I will not be able to answer your emails until next week, the week after this lesson, okay, guys? That will be the week of July 25th, when I will be available, all right? So take care, everybody, and thank you for being here, and have a good day.